Hey everyone, this is Josh, and I am the Green Knight, and I am with Green Knight Digital. Today I'm going to go over a article, well, not an article, it's a survey, a report that a company called Dark Reading did. It'd be darkreading.com. They did a research based on their email list. It's based on 115 IT and cybersecurity professionals from companies all sizes. It was published early this year, May 2020, and it focuses on primarily on the North America region. The reason things like this are important is because you can get an idea of what is out there, what's going on. You have a overall look of what's happening. I know the sample size might seem small, but it's still relevant. It's tough to get a lot of people to respond to this type of thing, and I think that's actually a pretty good response. So going into it, we have 47% of organizations experience a serious data breach or compromise at least once a year. Okay, so they have serious here in quotation marks. My first thoughts here is, what defines serious? Is a serious data breach that something where it costs you money because you lost your client's data, you got sued, or a serious data breach where you lost information, maybe you didn't lose any money, but you still lost something? So that's still a pretty high number. Once a year. A data breach or a compromise once a year. That's a pretty big deal. All right. So 30%, 36% of organizations reported a frequent encounters with business email compromise attacks, compared with 28% in 2019. 14% reported frequent compromises of business email attacks. Okay, that's a pretty big jump. It really is. You're jumping from 28 to 36%. Business email compromises are really easy to miss and really easy to get hit with. It seems like it's really not a new attack, but the frequency that we're seeing it is new. If you're dealing with somebody who's already been hacked and that person is compromised, they don't know it, you don't know it, and then somebody injects a new information in there and it looks like legit, everything seems legit, but it's not completely legit. You can easily beat this by setting requirements that when either money or some other type of thing is going to be transferred, you have to get on the phone and actually call the person, not just an email between the two of y'all. Right. 80% of respondents are very concerned about the growing number of attacks on cloud service providers. Okay. Cloud services are great, but my biggest issue with cloud services is you don't control the data anymore. When you give up that control, you're relying on that company, say it's AWS, Microsoft, Google, whoever, you're giving up that control, and you have to now trust that company to not screw up and lose your data. It's a hard thing. I don't really trust them. I use a company called Spider Oak. It's zero knowledge access. They can't access my data, and if I lose my keys, I can't access my data. It makes things a little more risky, I guess, but at the same time, things are more secure. And as more and more people go on the cloud, it's going to become a bigger and bigger target. Think about Microsoft. Microsoft is one of the biggest attacked. Like, people write malware specifically for Microsoft, because Microsoft is like 80% of desktops. So why wouldn't I write a malware for cloud or for Microsoft? People are there. That's where the information is. Alright, 69% are very concerned about malicious use of deep fakes. Alright, so I haven't seen deep fakes being used in the wild. I haven't heard of any of that. I try to stay pretty in tune. I'm going to have to look into how you could use a deep fake. I really don't know what you would use a deep fake for. I mean, deep fakes are just somebody overlaying camera and creating a fake video of you. I guess it can be used maliciously, as in hurting somebody's reputation, other types of attacks like that. But as for a attacking a business or a healthcare provider, with a deep fake, I just don't see what the potential use is for that. I really don't. I'm gonna have to look into it, but I don't see why people would be very concerned about it, except for a personal issue. Alright. 86% of respondents expect to see attacks that use AI as a weapon within the next year. 16% reported that their organizations already detect such attacks frequently. Alright, AI, if you don't know it, artificial intelligence, is going to be a huge factor in all cyber attacks. The bad guys are always faster to implement new technology than anybody else, because they don't have to wait on anybody to cross the T's, dot the I's. They just do it. So I can definitely see a major increase in AI usage. I'm gonna start. I am looking into how AI could be used to, or either use AI to defeat AI, or what processes my clients could be put in place to stop AI. It's a really tricky thing, because you're dealing with a program that can run thousands of scenarios really fast. If they're uploaded with password attacks, it basically automates everything. It's a very interesting issue. 69% of respondents said they frequently or very frequently detect phishing attacks. 22% reported being frequently compromised in such attacks. Alright, phishing attacks are the easiest way for a criminal to attack you. It doesn't take a genius to do it, and it's cheap, easy, and free pretty much. I get an email account from anywhere, and then I send you an email with a link or a file. Very easy. It doesn't take anything for you to develop this, to launch this attack. It's not surprising that phishing is one of the most popular cyber attacks. 33% of IT and cybersecurity leaders perceive ransomware as the biggest threat over the next 2 years. 30% say it's phishing attacks. Alright, my thing with this is that phishing attacks are a delivery mechanism. Ransomware is what's being delivered. Given I can use dozens of different ways, I can use ransomware dozens of different ways. If I access somebody's network, install my ransomware. If I, phishing is easier. I still think phishing is probably more important of an issue than ransomware, just because phishing is a delivery method where ransomware is the attack. So I don't see ransomware as big a problem as phishing. because Fission delivers anything, ransomware is one attack. Alright, 43% of organizations are more frequently infected with malware than 1 year ago. Malware is going to be ever evolving. Like I said earlier, cyber criminals are always developing new things. They're faster to implement, they're faster to find those vulnerabilities, and they just go for it. They don't have to wait on anybody's permission. So malware is going to definitely be an issue. And a lot of malware you have to implement on your machine yourself, or they have to gain access to your machine somehow. It doesn't just magically show up on your machine. You've clicked on something, you've downloaded something, and it's education based that can fix this. Not to say that somebody can't access your network and then upload malware, but it's just not as common, I would say. But malware is constantly evolving. You have people constantly creating new things. Alright, 44% of respondents said phishing was the most common method of threat actors use to evade their security defenses. Yes, because you are manipulating the human factor, the human failure rate, the human flaw in every system. No matter how awesome your network is, no matter how awesome your computer is, the human is always the flaw. That's what phishing attacks. So I could definitely see, I honestly think that should be a higher number than 44%. Yeah, because I can, as the human, I can turn off or disregard the, I can't think of it, but I can disregard the warnings Microsoft sends you. Alright, 92% believe they can benefit from threat intelligence services and feeds. Alright, threat intelligence, if you don't know what that is, it's basically what every cybersecurity company does. We develop what's going on in the market, well, not the market, but in the criminal realm, and we figure out how to stop them before they hit us. I am a big advocate of, I go on the dark web and I try to figure out what the bad guys are doing. Go back. Okay. It won't let me go backwards. But threat intelligence is me going in and I go on the dark web. I figure out what they're doing. I try to see if I have a client specifically, I'm tracking all their emails, trying to see if any of their emails have been leaked out onto a dark web. It's an interesting process. I think it's a very important process. Alright, but threat intelligence, I offer it, a lot of other companies offer it. It's just a matter of, are they selling you their threat intelligence, or are they selling you somebody else's threat intelligence? Alright, about half, 49%, would hack back at attackers if they could do so legally. Alright, hacking anybody is technically illegal. If you're hacking them without their permission, is illegal. Now, my other issue, other than the fact that it's illegal, is that, do you have the funds to fight the criminals? Yes, they're attacking you, but when you attack them back, they're going to attack you back harder. Do you have the funds? Do you have the wherewithal to fight these guys? I don't know. Maybe if you could just set a, of course you can set a honeypot, but that's nothing illegal with a honeypot, which a honeypot is just a way to grab people's information and all that. I have tons of honeypots. One of the biggest things, though, is what if you just set a trap for them? You set a trap honeypot, and that honeypot contains a rat, and they download that rat thinking it's your files or something like that, and then it ends up hacking their computers and installing whatever on them. Well, now you just became the criminal too. It's a very interesting concept. It's like, do you have the right to defend yourself on the cyber web? I think that could get very into a controversial segment, but honestly, I don't see why you need to hack them back. Yeah, I don't think you need to hack them back. I think you need to figure out who they are, where they are, and there's ways to do that without hacking them per se. So that could be a very slippery slope, very dangerous, because you never know who you're actually dealing with. All right, finishing up. Thanks for watching this or listening to this, however you consume this information. I am Josh with Green Knight Digital. You can email me at josh@greenknightdigital.com. Here's our legal information: Green Knight Digital Investigations, LLC, 1617 Park Place Avenue, Fort Worth, Texas, 76110. Texas Private Investigator License number A11652801. Alright, I met my legal requirement. We are a private investigations company and a cybersecurity company. An investigative cybersecurity company. I think it's important to be able to investigate what is going on and find the bad guys to stop them. I have a lot of techniques, and my team has a lot. We all work on techniques to find these guys and protect you from them. So if you have any questions, shoot me an email. I notice I don't have a phone number there. If you're listening to this, phone number is 682-841-4294. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.